So do you think that they're close because the players have done all the moving, or do you get a sense that because the owners have kind of adopted, at least rhetorically in public, a my way or the highway, but also maintaining a certain victimhood. But do you feel like they've moved equally, or that it has been collaborative, or do you think that this has just been kind of a process of the players conceding more and more until it gets to where the owners are comfortable?
Well, I mean, it sounds like the players' most recent offer was something like keeping the soft cap roughly as it has been, but instead of 57% of BI, it's more like 52 or 53%. What's weird is, what's weird about this is they're going to change BRI. So
Right.
52% of new BRI compared to 50% of old BRI. I have no idea how the numbers match up. They have
Mm.
projections and such, but there are good reasons. Everybody agrees there are good reasons to change the BRI formula to make it just more sensible. But how big of a move is that? I don't know. I don't know what the actual
Yeah.
projections are. So I always thought the players would give up hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe 200, $300 million in annual salaries. Um, Seems like a reasonable thing to give up to get the season going, instead of losing a season where you lose $2 billion. So there's that. But the owners certainly haven't gotten anything like what they opened at. They opened asking for the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Right. And just so people who are watching know, the reason that the BRI is probably going to be changed is because if the Celtics sign this huge local TV deal and that becomes part of the league's BRI pool, that means that teams that don't have a lot of money or don't have these great contracts are also going to have to pay more money because the BRI pool is going to get bigger, the percentage is going to stay the same, so that means player salaries are going to go up, even though only a few teams are getting these big deals that are driving the whole pool up. One question I had before I turn you over to Zach Harper for Zach Harper's Funhouse is why is if the money is right, why do why is the hard cap such a big deal? Is that because basically they need to protect middle class players, or they want to preserve an ability for someone to get overpaid?
So you mean big deal? Why is it a big deal for the players?
Well, yeah, and the owners. I mean, why are the owners making such a big deal out of it?
It's really interesting. So for the players, I honestly couldn't. It took me all summer of asking people how does this work? Can you explain to me? And I finally get it. Um, there's a lot of evidence that
Tell
when you
us.
have a hard cap, what happens is the teams will change how they handle their money, and they'll give guaranteed contracts to a few stars. Think about the Heat; they paid three guys. Everybody else would only be offered year to year make good contracts, and so the total number of dollars going to the whole league would be the same. That's guaranteed in what the league has already offered. But those other guys would have crappier jobs. So I think the league's like, look, we want the job an NBA player to be a good job where you can plan ahead financially and have guaranteed income and put your kids in private school and pay your mortgage and all that stuff. Whereas a lot of NFL players, which has a similar hard cap, they are pretty much out of luck as soon as they get injured, and then it's not as good a job even if there are just as many dollars to go around.